Hello and welcome back to another episode here on Canvas and Craft. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you had a lot of love and a lot of laughs today. Today we're going to be just playing around with doing some loose sketching. I saw somebody on YouTube do this. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce her name, and I do apologize for that. I'll leave a link down below of her video. I think hers turned out better than mine, but whatever. I just wanted to test out this watercolor pad that I got and see how it works. It's like a sketchbook thing, whatever. You'll see it later on in the video. But I just want to test it out and see how the watercolor reacts, or not the watercolor, how the watercolor paper acts, and then just kind of give it like a little go. I just wanted to do some loose sketching and just do a little practicing. So I'm going to be doing that and trying to recreate her little cozy couch in a corner. So sit back, relax, and put your feet up, and let's get into the video. with or without the bulb, and do this because it's like a side view, and it'd be difficult to do because it's side view. But I was thinking I could do one of these in watercolor for her, or find a different picture. But I found this in my stash, so I kept it. But I was thinking I could do that if I wanted to. And practice with that one for other painting. But all right, we have this little thingy here. What color am I looking for? little dog. But I changed the settings for the computer, so hopefully I can have a little bit more colors. I found a thing on OBS where I can adjust the contrast and all that good stuff and make it look like I'm alive and try and get the colors to look more true to life and still be able to see my little my little pencil sketch thing here. You can't see it too good on the paper because I didn't want it too thick on the watercolor. But yeah. Do a little show and tell here. Anyways, I was telling you about the Wanderers thing, but here, let me zoom this out a little bit and I'll let that dry for a second. Anyways, since we're chatting, there we go. I made this little this little Wanderers book. And I take this out sometimes and I go for walks, and it's not the greatest looking in the world, but it's like watercolor paper. But Shelley Prior Fine Arts made this, and I kind of followed around along with her video. I put this little hair tie on there, and I take this, which is, I'll show you that in a second. I take that, and this is a board, a watercolor, no, this is an acrylic board that I have, and I just have a couple of clips on here, so I can clip this onto here and have it opened and clip it down. This is for water. Just kind of open. I just normally have a bottle of water with me. Oops, lost the top of that out there. That's okay. And I just put a little bit of water in there. And then I have this cutesy. I haven't tested this out yet, but I got this cute little thing. Hang on, let me put the score back on so it's not getting weird. But I have this cutesy wootsy little thing, and it's magnetic, and it just like magnetizes down onto this. Probably. And then I have. Hang on, let me see if I can open it. And it's got like a cutesy wootsy little thing, and you can mix some paints up here. I haven't used it yet. I just filled it. But I wanted to use it this summer. I got this cute little thing, and you can just like and take a couple of paint brushes or something with you. And I just use a what is it there? I take a couple of paintbrushes with me, but I have like an idea of like putting it in like one of those toothbrush travel things, and putting them in there so the paint, the bristles don't get messed up, or just taking really crappy brushes because it's not really gonna make a difference. So put that in there and play with that, and I like the little pattern on here. But what I do is I take this off, and I take this with me on walks and just put it in a little purse or something. But I have like, some other things and some little sketches. Oh, I put these in here too because the book opens and closes. So I put these in here so that I can keep the because it opens up weird, which is kind of cool that it's weird, but it opens up in different ways. So, you know, it actually is one piece of paper and then you just fold it and it comes out in different ways. So I've got like a couple of different things in here that I've just sketched out on the road. This I had a picture of. I just kind of like you probably don't even care to see it, but just like a hair thing. Like I said, I was just sketching from memory and just playing around with it when I was on a walk. It was a tree someplace I had stopped by and just sketched out. It wasn't anything spectacular. Then I was reading a book and I was like, okay, let's practice a couple little people, and never really finished that. This was just me playing with water. I was like, okay. This page, for some reason, it was doing something funky. So, because this is that Cranston watercolor paper, I know some people love it. I don't love it. So this page for some reason was real weird. So I just was messing around with it. I must have been having an off day. But there's that. And then, like I said, this is almost full up. This was there's a tree where I used to live. And they had this beautiful tree. In the front, my front window, I could see it, and this was their fence, and I was just sketching it. This does not do it justice by any means necessary, but I thought it was cool. I don't know, it was neat. This was in 2024 when I did this. I'd marked all these. This page here, like I said, I don't know what was going on. You can see the little funkies. Like the paper, after a while of playing with this Cranston watercolor paper, the paper just starts lifting up. And then you get these funky things. And even now, it's still shedding. That's why I don't like it. And once you put the paint down on the paper, it doesn't soak into the paper. It just sits there. And then the next time you put a wash on there or something, it just all lifts up. It's really annoying. I mean, it's okay, but it's annoying. But, yeah, I wasn't trying to do a sketchbook tour or nothing, but I don't know what happened down here. That whatever. I must have dropped a thing of water on it. But anyways, this was a tree. I was sitting down at that park bench in July. Yeah, it's about the right place. But oh wow, I actually put a really nice couple little knots in the tree. But this was a tree by that church. And the leaves were like a purpley brownish color. They were really pretty. But like I said, I was just sketching. It ain't like a masterpiece. Whatever. I got a couple of. Oh, this was a flower my sister sent me on Facebook Messenger. It was just. I never finished it, obviously, because I kind of needed the reference photo to finish it. I was out on the sketch, my phone, and I was sitting at that park bench thing, and the picnic table, and I was. This here is a picture from, oh my gosh, I can't, Michelle, she's on YouTube. This is not my original art either. Michelle the painter on YouTube. She did hers in acrylic, but I tried to do my rendition in watercolors. And again, this was the same thing. But like I said, this book here is just, because it's almost full, and I was just playing around with it. It was a barn. It's not the greatest work of art in the world, but she's almost full up. I don't know what this was. Oh, this was just an idea, something I had. But yeah, she's on her last page, so I couldn't even take her out if I wanted to. Which is why I bought that other sketchbook. None of it's like fine arts or nothing like that, but I was chatting with you. There we are. I think that's pretty much well done. That's what I'm going to do with it. I may add a little bit of, while I'm here with you, may add a little bit of gray back down in here. But other than that, that looks pretty good to me. There we go. Just a little quick sketch thing, just something to play with. Let me dry it let me dry it real quick, and then we can pull off the tape. You can't hear me because I put you on mute. Anyways, that looks like it's pretty good. It's still warm, but it's not bubbling up, so I feel confident to where we can take the tape off. I was talking to you, but I forgot I put you on mute because I was using the hair dryer, and so I gotta do this again. It's still warm from the hair dryer, and so is the tape, so we'll see how well this goes. But I think we're pretty much well done with that little sketchy, and let's see if we can't pull this off without ruining anything. What do you think? Does it sound like a feasible thing? Okay, here we go. The big reveal. It's coming off pretty good, even though the tape is in fact warm. Okay, this part down here is the part that was a little bit on the wet side. So let's see if we can't get this off the bottom of the paper without ripping it. Never done this before. Here we go. Oh, I can't hold it. Hang on. Here we go. Can you see it? Yep. All right. And oh wait, hang on. I got it. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Tape comes off good. Boom. Goodbye, tape. And let's go from the top to the bottom. And uh-oh. Come here, you. I can't hold it. Here we go. And hey now, check it out. You know, it don't look like hers, which I wasn't trying for. But you know what? I'm not a copy machine. I found it. Gotta get out my pen. Hang on. Does it look like hers? Nope. You can. I will leave a link to her rendition of this piece. Hers looks better than mine, I think, but she's got more experience. I know my floor is kind of going in this direction instead of this direction. Whatever. We need to learn perspective. But yeah, that there is my rendition of her painting. So hers looked better, but you know what? It was fun. It gave me something to do. I can play with a sketchbook, which was fun also. So got the first page done. I'm going to sign it with my pen. I probably will spray it only because it's the first page, and I know I have this thing with spraying my work when I'm done with it, so I'll probably spray this page when I spray all the other works of art. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for joining me. I hope you had fun. I have some ideas of what I want to do next. I've got something coming up for Valentine's Day, which I need to work on. And I got to edit this video for this week, but next week should be Valentine's Day, so I need to get to work on that on the tablet. But there you go. Let me know what you think about it. If you tried this project, let me know how you did, and let me see pictures of it or whatever. If you can do that, I don't know if you can or not, but yeah. Thanks for joining me on this little cozy adventure. I'm getting a little vertigo though because this is going in this direction and it's not exactly flat. I'm looking at it in a weird angle. I don't even care. It looks cute. It doesn't matter. So, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. And my focus is out of focus again here. There we go. All right. And thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you next time here on Canvas and Craft. I hope you had fun. I'll see you next time. Bye.